the sewing part of this tutorial. So I've gone ahead to cut out my fabric. Okay, so I'll just show you guys what are the allowance I added. So for this front piece here, for this front piece, I added half of an inch all through. Okay, I added half inch here, half inch here, and half inch here. Okay, then that is that, and I cut out two pieces. Okay, two pieces for the front for the fabric, and two pieces for the lining, right? And I went ahead to add este to this. Okay, then for the other side of the front, I've gone ahead to I added half inch to this part here. Okay, and I added 1 inch sewing allowance. So you can add 1.5, 2 inch depending on what you are comfortable with, right? And here is the back. Okay, I have inch for the zipper allowance and I also added 1 inch for the side seam allowance, then half an inch for the down part and half an inch for the shoulder. So we can now go to our sewing machine now and we join all these pieces together, guys. So guys, let's go ahead to join the front pieces first, right? So I need you guys to just look at what I'm doing closely. I want you guys to look at this now. You remember where I said we should create a balance mark when we were drafting our pattern? Okay, I went ahead to notch this part. Okay, so you need to, if you are confused on this part, you need to go back to the drafting tutorial. Okay, so there was a place I talked about you creating a balance mark where I marked out that place on our pattern. Okay, that is this part here. Okay, that is this part. Okay, because this is where the overlapping will start from. So it's very important for you to notch that part. So I've notched that part, and you also notch that same part on your lining. Okay, so you get to know why it's important for you to notch. So that is one step that I need to know when you are joining this. So what we are going to do now is to sew. This is the middle part, right? Okay, this is the middle part. This is the center part of our front. Okay, here's the center part of our front. Remember, I added half an inch sewing allowance, so I'll be sewing by half of an inch. Okay, let me open it up so that you guys can see. Okay, these are the two center pieces. Okay, so here is how it's gonna look like, right? Here is how it's going to be. So what you're going to do is I will flip it like this. Okay, I'm going to be flipping it this way. You match the two center fronts together this way. Then remember we added half an inch for the sewing allowance. So I am going to be sewing half an inch. Okay, I'm going to be sewing half an inch all the way. Then remember the place that we remember the place that we notched. Okay, that unbalanced mark here that we notched. Okay, here is that place. So you're going to be stopping at this part here. Okay, so you sew all the way like this and you stop at this part here. So let's do that now. So you are going to be stopping at this part here. Okay, so I'll just take it gently. Okay, so I've done that part. Okay, so the same thing you do for the for the main fabric, that's the same thing you're going to do for the lining as well. Okay, so here is the part. So now after doing this now, okay, after sewing to this end here, okay, to this part here, so the next thing you're going to do is to take your scissors and you are going to notch to this part. Okay, you are going to notch to this part where the sewing end. Okay, do not exceed that part, guys, please do not exceed that part. So I'll just notch. Yes, so I'll just notch to that part. Okay, you just notch to that part, and make sure that when you are sewing, you back stitch. Okay, back stitch on that line. Then that is that for the center front. Now the next thing we are going to do is for us to join the sides together. Okay, the sides together. I already but I you should know how to join princess armhole already. Okay, so I'll just do this now and show you guys how it looks. Yes, I've gone ahead to sew the sides together. Okay, and I've gone ahead to iron. So this is the inside. Okay, so and this is the side that we notch. So the essence of this video is to show you guys how to actually turn this crisscross neckline. So and I've also gone ahead to notch the lining part. Okay, so what you're going to do now is to turn the fashion fabric with the lining. So first thing first, you're going to be keeping your lining like so. Okay, good side facing good side, right? So we are going to be turning the neckline to this now. So what you are going to do is this. This is the side that you notched, okay, and this is the side that I notched for my lining part. So you are going to fix it together like so. Okay, make sure that they meet at the same point. Okay, I hope you understand. Okay, so this is the part. Let me go over it. This is the part that I notched, and this is for the lining part. So you are going to be mashing it up like this. Okay, they should meet. Okay, so I'll take my my pin now and pin it down. Make sure that they meet. If they don't meet, then there's going to be an issue when you are actually joining it. Okay, so this is it. So what I'm going to do now is we'll go to the machine now, and you are going to sew from this part. Okay, you're going to sew from this part. Okay, you're going to be sewing from this part where the notching end. Okay, that half inch at the notching end, you sew from that part all the way up. Then you also come to this part as well. Okay, come to this part as well and sew from that notched part all the way up. So I'll do that, and then I'll use my crinoline, sorry, my hemming gum to turn it. Okay, so now let's do that now. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to be sewing from that notched part there. Okay, so I hope you see what I am doing. So you make sure that when you want to sew, you are going to be back stitching. Okay, make sure you back stitch. Okay, so I'll make sure that I back stitch. So we are done with the first part. Okay, so I'll do the same thing to the second part as well. So I'll turn it this way. Then I'm going to start sewing from these parts that I notched as well. Okay, so I'll take my hemming gun and do the same thing as well. Okay, so I'm done sewing. Okay, so guys, I've gone ahead to sew this now. So what I'm going to do is I would go to you need to go to your pressing table. Okay, and iron out, and I'll show you guys how it looks like. So I'll go to my pressing table now and iron. I'll show you guys. I'm loving this already. So I've gone ahead to sew the neckline, so you can see. I'm sorry, I've gone ahead to iron out the neckline, and you can see how beautiful it looks already. So here is the wrong side. Okay, so here is the wrong side, here is the wrong side. Okay, and here is our crisscross neckline. Oh my god, so I'm loving this already. So the next thing we are going to do now is to turn the armhole area, so that is the next thing we are going to do now. Okay, so let's do that now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to be flipping it like so, and we are going to be turning this armhole area. Okay, remember we added half an inch to it, so we are going to be sewing it on half of an inch, right? So I'll do that now. All your seam lines must match. Okay, all your seam line must match. Then I'll do the same thing for the other side as well. Okay, I'll do the same thing for the other side as well. So I'm done sewing the side. So what I'm going to do now is I'll just notch notch the whole part. Okay, then I'll just trim it out a little. We are going to be turning it. Okay, so I'll just place my hand inside and to make sure that in every step that you take, you have to iron. Okay, do not underestimate the power of ironing, right? So I'm done with this part. So what I'm going to do now, I will go to my pressing table and I'm gonna iron all these parts. Okay, I'm gonna be ironing all these parts. Let me open it up for you guys to actually see before I go ahead to iron the part. So basically this is the major thing that needs to be done for the front. Okay, we are done with the front. So the next step for us is to join the back to the front. Okay, so I'll go to my pressing table now and I'll iron out the hole and come back and show you. Okay, here is the front look. So what I'm going to do now is to bring out the back. Okay, we're going to be joining with the back now. Then our crisscross is almost ready. So here is my back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be turning, take my lining and I'll take my lining and I'll turn this part. Okay, I'll turn this part and turn the other part, and I'll show you guys how you can actually. So I'll just turn the neckline. Okay, turn the neckline like so. I'll turn the neckline like this. And I'll do the same thing to the other side as well. I'll just notch and I'll cut out. So the next thing we're going to do is I'll not go to my pressing table again. I'll just show you guys how you can actually turn this. Okay, so here is my front piece. Okay, here is my front piece. So this is it. You make sure that you keep it this way when you want to turn the front to the back. When you want to turn the front and the back together. Okay, so here is my front piece. So this is, make sure you can keep it either this way or this way. Okay, you can keep it any which way that you like. All right, so now once you have done keeping it this way, I need you guys to pay attention to this. Then you will take your back piece. Okay, you take your back piece and make sure that you align it like this. Okay, so you're going to be keeping it like this. Now this is my back piece, good side facing good side. So I'm going to be keeping it like so, your shoulder to your shoulder here. Okay, your shoulder to your shoulder here. So now what I'm going to do now is this. I'm going to be folding it like this. Okay, you're going to be folding it. I hope you can see it. I'm going to be folding it like this, and I would take it all the way. So I want to turn the shoulder now. Okay, I'll take it all the way like so. Let me pin it down so that you guys can actually see what I am doing. So I'll pin it in. I'll go to the machine now and I'll be sewing by half of an inch. Okay, I'll be sewing by half of an inch. Let me do that now. So I'm gonna head to sew this. So the next thing we are going to do, I'll just show you one part, okay, so that this video will not. So this is the shoulder that we just done, okay. So I'll just show you one part, okay, so that this video will not be too long, okay. It's getting long already. So now this is the shoulder that we just done here. So I'll just go to my sewing machine and make sure that I iron out the whole thing. Then now what you're going to do now is this: you want to sew the armhole of this of the back piece, okay. So you still flip it like this, okay. You still flip it like this. Then you can see that there is the remaining part here, okay, that is the remaining inches left here is what we are going to be using to turn the armhole for the back. Okay, so now here is the remaining inches here. Okay, here is the remaining inches here. Okay, so is this inches here now that you're going to be turning the remaining part of the armhole for the back. So I will do that now. So I'll do the second side off camera and show you guys how it actually looks like. So I'll just use my hand to feel, okay, to feel where the shoulder for the front ends, okay, and I'll sew it all the way down. Make sure that you don't sew on the other part of the shoulder for the front. If not, you end up losing up the whole thing and joining it over again. Okay, so I'll sew this now. So remember, it's gonna be half of an inch. Okay, it's gonna be half of an inch. So guys, I've gone ahead to sew the armhole area. Okay, I've gone ahead to sew the armhole area for the back piece. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do now is to shape our fabric. Okay, is to shape our outfit. So what you're going to do now is this: after sewing this like so, so you are going to be taking it, flipping it to the other side. There are several ways I can actually use to do this. Okay, so I'm going to be taking it to the other side, and remember I added 1 inch sewing allowance to this. Okay, so I'll just be taking out the 1 inch sewing allowance. Okay, and you can as well go ahead and measure out to know the amount of inches that you'll be using to shape your outfit. Okay, but I'll be doing that. I'll be like join my zipper. Okay, so any extra inches that's remaining, I'll just take it out at the zipper area. Okay, why this part is for this other side, you just cross check it, you just check it out before you actually shape it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I don't want the seam line to show. Okay, so it's going to be fabric to fabric. Remember, it's sleeveless. Okay, so it's going to be fabric to fabric. Okay, fabric to fabric, then lining to lining. That is how you're going to be joining it. That is how you're going to be joining it. Okay, it's going to be an inch seam. Okay, so I'll do that now and I'll show you guys how it looks like. In fact, let's do it together. Okay, here is our criss cross, and I'm loving this. Okay, so I'll wear it to my mannequin and I'll show you guys how it looks like.